Marlena.
And I'm Grace.
And welcome back to KU after spring break.
Marlena, what did you do over spring break?
I went to Minneapolis and I was doing the whole post-grad search, which if anyone has any leads in the journalism communication field, hit me up. But it was really cold and pretty snowy, so it wasn't this, spring break of the movies. But it was pretty relaxing and I enjoyed it. What about you?
I went to Park City to ski. I've skied in Colorado a bunch because that's where I'm from, and wanted to try something new, but I got stuck there for a couple days because of the whole cyclops in Denver.
So my mom was sending me, I'm from Denver as well, my mom was sending me videos.
Uh-huh.
Wow, it was intense. There was avalanches everywhere coming down the mountain. I could not imagine driving.
Yeah, no, it seemed, I guess the winds were like 100 miles per hour. Like our whole house was like iced over because it was so windy.
Could you leave your house?
I mean, we weren't there, so I wasn't there for it. Yeah.
Got it.
So like we tried to come to the airport, but it was closed. Yeah. But why don't we find out what the rest of our friends did for spring break? So Chris, this was his baby photo. And Dakota was playing pool.
Jade was at the Big 12 tournament.
Jordan babysat.
Keegan met Bill Self. I watched The Bachelor a lot and inserted someone else for Jimmy Kimmel.
Rachel went to the mountains.
Raina went to St. Patty's Day.
And Zoe played with some dogs in the snow.
And then here's some of our other friends hanging out during spring break.
Oh, there's me skiing in Park City.
So over spring break, we had the 2-episode Bachelor finale, and personally, it's all I've been thinking about since the show started in January, because I'm the kind of person that can't hesitate but read the spoilers. So I'm really happy that everyone else is caught up to where I was. So this week was big. What about you?
Oh yeah, Reality Steve is my best friend when it comes to The Bachelor because I can't wait to know and for like months not to know who's gonna be the next Bachelorette, who he thinks, or like what's happening in the end. I want to know from the first episode. But I thought it was interesting. I thought it was a good twist,
So for those of you that don't know, Colton had 3 girls left, and Cassie was the one that ended up winning in the end. But he was in love with her and decided to send the other 2 girls home, essentially. But she wanted to go home because she couldn't commit to him. So it was a huge scandal, biggest in Bachelor history.
He jumped the fence.
Literally.
He was lost in Portugal, is that what they were?
Yeah, literally roaming the streets of Portugal.
Yeah,
okay, sign me up for this TV show.
It was really good. I mean, I'm not a big reality TV fan.
Me either.
But I'm a big Bachelor
fan.
Thank you.
Exactly. So in the end, spoiler alert, in red letters, I'm kidding. Cassie and Colton are dating, they're not engaged, and that's pretty uncommon for The Bachelor. Would you disagree?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably better because there's only 7 or 8 couples that have actually lasted the entire time.
Yes, and more of them have been from The Bachelorette, so the girl being the one in charge. Just that's my little side note for you.
I mean, Cassie was really in charge of the whole thing, if you think about it. Towards
Sure.
the end, she really runs the relationship.
She's wearing the pants, I guess.
Yeah, and that's why we only watch The Bachelor. Really excited for Hannah B.
Hannah B coming soon. Oh.
And that's it for now. See you later.
When you shop local in the heart of the city, you support the people that make our community thrive. The money you spend here stays here, in this place we call our home. Lawrence, Kansas, where there's good old-fashioned hometown pride. Eat local, drink local, shop local.
Welcome back. I'm Jordan Nicole, and we're here with Good Evening KU, and I'm with 3 students today from Raintree Montessori, and we're here to talk about climate change.
My name is Caroline. My name's Lida. My name's Livia.
So, Lida, do you want to tell me what is climate change?
Basically, our glaciers are melting
They are melting.
Yeah, and they're kind of like the world's air conditioning, and if we lose them, it's gonna get really hot. Plus, we also have the carbon, which is doing a big number.
Is there anything you want to add to that?
Not really.
Okay. So I heard over spring break that you girls participated in a nationwide march. How was that, Livia?
It was really fun.
Yeah? So how did you feel when you were marching? Were you passionate, excited? Were you angry? What was going through your mind?
I felt that climate change just needed to change, and I just think it was really fun.
You had fun. What about you, Caroline?
Well, I was on spring break, so I was on vacation. I was not there, but if I was there, I think it would really be fun.
Well, I heard you were at the first march, the
Yes, I
smaller
was.
march that you did in Dale's class.
It was fun.
Awesome, awesome. Well, on to our next question. So I know that you guys are some very passionate young ladies because you used to be in my classroom and we've had several talks. Do you think that adults are doing a good job listening to the children when it comes to important issues?
I think that not really, because sometimes they're just arguing. Like, they're just arguing.
They are arguing, Lida.
Like,
Tell the people how you feel.
like I feel that the adults are acting like kids and the kids are acting like adults.
Oh, I need a drink after that one. Yeah. What would you like to say, Caroline?
Well, I feel like when we're telling them to act up and do something because they can actually do it, because they own the companies, they own the factories, but they just don't listen.
They just keep doing what they're doing, making money.
Oh. Well, but not all adults, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Some adults. You're saying the adults with the power.
Like the business owners and
Okay, interesting. So if you guys were president of the United States for a week or a month,
or whatever.
what would you do to help the climate?
I would like do something like we have to do something. Like we gotta do something now. Like do something with like making lots of electric cars.
Oh.
Like electric ones. Using gas that doesn't really make that carbon. There are some types of gases that do that.
What about
Like
you,
use
Livia?
those.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. What about you? So if you were president, do you have any ideas about how you would help the environment? For example, like, would you want to pick up trash in the ocean? What would be your idea to help the environment?
I would pick up trash and maybe just get like a bunch of my friends and family together in a big march.
Oh, I like that. Do you have any extra thoughts?
Yeah, I would say get like 100 people with scuba gear and send them into the ocean to find all of the trash.
More than 100.
I think you guys are the next president of the United States. I mean, you guys got the ideas. Okay, so we're gonna switch gears and we're gonna go to our lovely question bowl. And we're gonna hear from the KU students because they have questions for you guys.
Yes, they do.
So Caroline, do you wanna take a question and read it?
This question is for Caroline from KU Student Camp. How fast should people take action about climate change?
Good.
Well, pretty fast, because I feel like no one's doing anything, and like they're like, in 50 years we can do this. So I think like it's not 50 years, you should act now
You should act now. I like that.
more than later.
Act now.
Like in 50 years, it's probably gonna be too late.
I know. In 50 years, I'm gonna be a grandma. So I need your help.
And in 50 years, we're probably not going to be able to survive. It's too hot.
All right, Lida. Go ahead, read that question.
This question is for me from KU student Scott. My mom drives everywhere and she never walks. I'm afraid she's using too much gas. What should I tell her? Well, I feel like walk and bike and do that. Maybe like use oils that don't make carbon, as I said earlier. I feel like that'd work.
Good. All right, final question for you, Livia. Let's see what they have to ask you.
This question is for Livia from KU student Amanda. Are there any endangered species that you're worried that will go extinct? I'm worried about like sea turtles like getting caught and like a lot
Getting caught in plastic?
Yeah. I'm also afraid that cats will also go endangered because they're one of the most endangered species.
Good answer. Okay, so we're about out of time for today, but is there anything else that you would like the viewers to know before we sign off?
No, not really.
Use
No?
electric cars.
Use electric cars. Anything else? No?
Yeah, I think we're pretty good.
We're good. All right, well, I'm Jordan Nicole, and these are the lovely kids from Raintree Montessori, and we'll be right back.
Welcome back. I'm Raina.
And I'm Dakota. This is your Good Evening KU News Update. The worst news is a story that takes place in New Zealand. The Herald reported that less than 10 minutes before the attack began, the gunman sent a copy of a lengthy manifesto explaining his actions to politicians and media outlets.
For years, older adults have been told to take an aspirin a day to prevent a heart attack, but a new study has reversed that advice. After a large clinical trial, doctors found that a daily low dose of aspirin had no effect on prolonging life in healthy elderly people, and actually suggested that pills could be linked to major hemorrhages. The best advice is still to exercise and eat healthy.
Thousands of people enjoyed the St. Patrick's Day parade in downtown Lawrence yesterday, but at least one person was seriously injured. According to Lawrence police, the victim approached a float before tripping and being run over. The person was taken to the hospital, but the injuries were not believed to be life-threatening.
The men's basketball team will be a number 4 seed in this year's NCAA tournament. The Jayhawks will travel to Salt Lake City, where they will play Northeastern on Thursday at 3 p.m. Central Time. If KU wins, it will play the winner of the Auburn-New Mexico State game on Saturday.
After the bracket pairings were announced, head coach Bill Self met with the media to discuss the draw. Self said he had yet to scout Northeastern, but was disappointed that the Big 12 Conference bubble teams did not get in.
I think that VCU losing, I believe that St. Mary's winning and certainly Oregon winning last night probably hurt Texas's and TCU's chances. So I'm disappointed because our league was better than 60%, but in this particular year I'm not sure we would have got 80%, but I think we could have gotten one more, and disappointed for them because they had good years.
Coach Self also pointed out that although expectations are always high for the Jayhawks, that this team was full of players who have never actually played in the NCAA tournament.
Two guys that have even participated are Marcus and Mitch, and so this is new for everybody. So yeah, but the biggest thing is to have fun, enjoy it, and it's a reward of guys doing a good job on every team throughout the course of the season, and we need to approach it that way and try to play as free as we possibly can.
The baseball and softball teams faced plenty of competition over spring break. The baseball team went 5-3 in Florida and New York and now sit at 13-6 overall. The softball team finished 1-3 at Jayhawk Invitational and now have an overall record of 7-19. Both teams will travel to Wichita State this weekend for games against the Shockers.
And in track and field, junior Bryce Hoppel is a national champion. Hoppel broke his own school record and the facility record, running 1:46.46 in the 800 meters at the NCAA Indoor Track and Field Championships in Birmingham, Alabama. Hoppel's victory paced the men's team to the 12th place finish, the highest finish in the past 17 years. Well, anyways, weather is up next, and that's all the news for today. Thank you guys so much.
You may not hear it at first, but it's there. Our chant, rising. On this summit, callings converge, voices unify into a chorus that sounds out for good, for greatness. Can you hear it?
For students searching for a way to stay active in an outdoorsy way, the City of Lawrence has bike trails running in every direction, and with the new bike share program, we can stay in shape as we tour the sights of our beautiful city. Clinton Lake is only a short 30-minute bike ride away from Daisy Hill and has the most incredible sunset location in all of Lawrence. Walking campus may give you the KU calves, but biking can give you the KU thighs. Bike Lawrence today.
Hi, welcome back to Good Evening KU. I'm Jade Stevensmeyer with your weather forecast for this evening. But first, we're going to go outside to Chris. Chris, how's the weather out there?
Hey Jade, it's pretty great out here actually. It's sunny. I'm behind Wesco Hall. It's about 56 and there's a slight breeze.
Nice, nice. So it really does look beautiful outside, so which makes me wonder, are people wearing spring clothes like shorts and t-shirts now?
Yes, definitely. I definitely saw some shorts earlier, definitely some t-shirts. Still plenty of jeans, sweatpants, jackets, etc. But for the most part, lots of people are adapting and throwing on those shorts.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. We're going to bring it back inside right now. But as Chris was saying, it is beautiful outside. 55 degrees right now, a few clouds in the sky, and mostly sunny. And then into the night, so it's going to get increasingly cloudy, and also the temperature is going to drop throughout the night. And then it's going to get down to 36 degrees with some showers later starting around 3 a.m. with a 60% chance of that. And then the big topic of spring break is the bomb cyclone. So this was named the Winter Storm Ulmer. And it was called a bomb cyclogenesis. And what this means is that the pressure dropped 24 millibars within 24 hours, which is a huge, huge pressure drop, which resulted in the death of at least 2 people, unfortunately, as well as winds over 90 miles per hour, which left 1,110 motorists on the roads stuck, stranded, many people on vacation for spring break stranded in Colorado. The state of emergency was declared by the governor of Colorado, and this storm broke many records for things like intensity, snowfall, rainfall, and flooding, which are still affecting the areas today, and this happened last Wednesday. And then for tomorrow, as I was talking about, it's going to rain tonight and into tomorrow morning, and then it's going to stop for most of the day tomorrow and then start back up around 4 p.m. and there is a 100% chance of rain tomorrow, so make sure you bring your umbrella to class. And then for the rest of the week, so as you can see, it looks pretty warm for the rest of the week, getting up into the high 50s, pretty typical spring weather, and then this weekend, it's going to get into the 60s, actually, and then it's also going to be raining this weekend. And yeah, well, that's all we have for you today on Good Evening KU. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time.